Welcome to all the participants who have joined the session. We'll just wait a few minutes till all the participants join in. Still, a lot of participants are still in the queue, so we'll just wait a few minutes and then start the session. Yeah, thank you so much for having attended the session. I would like to thank all the participants who have joined in. आज का सेशन जो है वो डेरिवेटिव्स के एक टॉपिक पे है दैट इज रिगार्डिंग ऑप्शन स्ट्रेटजीज। तो काफ़ी सारी जन अभी ऑप्शन ट्रेडिंग में बहुत इंटरेस्टेड है और बहुत टाइम से ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हैं एंड द मार्केट इज बिकमिंग एक्सेप्शनली वॉलेटाइल, मतलब वॉलेटिलिटी जो है मार्केट में वो काफ़ी हद तक बढ़ चुकी है एंड देर आर सर्टन स्ट्रैटेजीज जो आपके अगर आप करोगे आपको मार्जिन का भी बेनिफिट मिल जाएगा और आप वॉलेटिलिटी को भी एक तरफ से आप कैप्चर कर पाओगे and that's an extremely important thing in the current scenario, especially अगर आप positional option trading कर रहे हैं then the strategies that we'll be discussing today will be really helpful to you all. तो आज का जो सेशन है I will keep it a mix of, once again we'll try to keep it a mix of English and Hindi because there is a vast set of participants from different backgrounds, but we'll keep it as simple as possible and I will try to communicate in a very simple manner what we have to explain from our end. So without wasting any further time, we'll get started with our session today. So today's topic is regarding key option strategies to capture market volatility. Please do note that सेशन के एंड में एक Q&A सेशन भी रहेगा, तो आपको अगर सेशन के रिगार्डिंग कोई भी डाउट्स है प्लीज फील फ्री टू आस्क इट एट द एंड ऑफ द सेशन. सो आज के सेशन में दीज आर दी ब्रॉड टॉपिक्स, ये सारे टॉपिक्स हम लोग कवर करने वाले हैं. वन इज रिगार्डिंग डिसीजन मेकिंग, सो स्ट्रैटेजीज बेस्ड ऑन द मार्केट कंडीशन. फिर पहले हम लोग ऑप्शनल डायरेक्शनल ऑप्शन स्ट्रैटेजीज के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे इन विच यू आर बेसिकली प्लेइंग द ट्रेंड. तो आपको जो ट्रेंड नजर आ रहा है मार्केट में, जो चार्ट्स पे नजर आ रहे हैं, यू आर बेसिकली प्लेइंग आउट द ट्रेंड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन. द नेक्स्ट इज न्यूट्रल ऑप्शन स्ट्रैटेजीज, जिसमें आपका व्यू है कि मार्केट काफी हद तक बढ़ चुका है या घट चुका है एंड आगे जाके एक दो दिन या फिर एक हफ्ते के तौर पे द मार्केट कुड बी साइडवेज. सो देर आर सर्टन स्ट्रैटेजीज वेर इन यू एक्ट एज एन ऑप्शन सेलर एज वेल and you try to capture the option premium. So this is also very common in the market nowadays with the weekly options which have been introduced since 2015. तो काफी सारे ऑप्शन सेलर्स भी है मार्केट में एंड दे आर द वंस हु आर जनरली ट्राइंग टू कैप्चर द ऑप्शन प्रीमियम एंड मेक मनी थ्रू दीज न्यूट्रल ऑप्शन स्ट्रैटेजीज. लास्ट जो है वॉलेटिलिटी बेस्ड ऑप्शन स्ट्रैटेजीज है. These are strategies that come into the picture when the market gets extremely volatile. See, the option premium also is on the higher side when the volatility is there, but we are playing such events in the market wherein the volatility जो market में एक direction पकड़ेगा, it could be upside downside, that we are not bothered about. हमको भी नहीं मालूम रहेगा कि कौन से direction में actual movement हो सकता है after a particular event, but there are certain events wherein the combined premium, आपको क्या करना है, the combined premium, the volatility in the market should be such that it overcomes the combined premium that you have paid to it. So हम लोग examples के साथ discuss करेंगे, so that time the concept will be much clear to you what is meant by volatility strategies and इसमें challenges क्या है, volatility strategies में challenges क्या है. It may look very simple, आप at the money का call and put buy कर रहे हैं, but what are the challenges that come into the picture when you are trading volatility strategies? We'll be discussing on that as well. And finally, at the end of the session, we'll be discussing on key points to follow while trading in the derivative segment. तो आप derivative में trade कर रहे हो तो आपको क्या क्या important चीज़ों के बारे में ध्यान रखना चाहिए, आपको risk management कैसे follow करना चाहिए, कौन से option strategies risky है, कितना risk involved है. We'll just briefly touch upon these type of topics. So this is the broad gist of content जो आज हम लोग हमारे सेशन में कवर करने वाले हैं. So let's get started without wasting any further time. See, this is a slide which is very important because the most important thing, see, strategy तो कोई भी end में बना पाएगा. The most important thing is framing the view on the market, and which is one of the most challenging things in the current scenario. Market के ऊपर एक view बनाना अभी तो हाफ एन आवर 1 आवर के लिए भी डिफिकल्ट हो रहा है, द टाइप ऑफ मूवमेंट दैट वी आर विटनेसिंग. But that is the game and that is the challenge that the intraday trader faces, wherein he has to frame a view on the market, and once he has a clear view on the market, then he can go ahead with the strategy part of it. तो पहले आपको चार्ट्स देखना है, डेरिवेटिव डेटा देखना है, और उसके तौर पे आपको मार्केट के ऊपर व्यू बनाना है. आपने एक बार व्यू बना लिया. So once you have framed the view on the market, you are good to go. You can take a position in the segment. तो आप टेक्निकल चार्ट्स पे आपका व्यू बना सकते हो, उसको कंबाइन कर सकते हो डेरिवेटिव डेटा के साथ. एंड वंस यू हैव अ होलिस्टिक पिक्चर ऑफ द मार्केट, यू कैन टेक अ पोजीशन. तो देर आर मल्टीपल स्ट्रैटेजीज. अगर आपका व्यू बुलिश भी है ऑन अ पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक or a particular index, there are multiple ways to play it out, and that is what we are going to cover in today's session. How you can play a particular view instead of just buying plain vanilla call options. What are the different things to play out, and how you can capture the market volatility is what we are going to cover in today's session. So we have covered various sessions in derivative, where we have done on technical analysis, derivative analysis, how to frame the view on the market. That part has already been covered in various other sessions, and even in the course आगे जाके भी will be having multiple sessions in technical and derivatives, where we'll be focusing on the first two parts. But today's session is completely on the third part of the process, that is, once we have framed a view on the market, what is the best way to go about, and how to select the strategies to trade in the derivative segment. सो ये अलग अलग टाइप के स्ट्रैटेजीज है. यू विल नॉट गो इनटू द कंप्लीट डिटेल ऑफ इट, एंड वी आर जस्ट ब्रॉडली हाईलाइटिंग द डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ स्ट्रैटेजीज दैट आर देयर इन द डेरिवेटिव सेगमेंट. एंड दी बेस्ड ऑन द टाइप ऑफ व्यू, आपके व्यू के हिसाब से आप कौन से स्ट्रैटेजीज इंप्लीमेंट कर सकते हो, दैट इज व्हाट वी आर डिस्कसिंग इन टुडेज सेगमेंट. तो अगर आपका व्यू बुलिश है, आपने अगर एक चार्ट एनालाइज किया, आपको लग रहा है कि मार्केट इधर से आगे जा सकता है, जैसे कि कल के सेशन में देयर वाज अ क्लियर ब्रेकआउट इन बैंक निफ्टी, एंड फॉर अ मेजर पार्ट ऑफ द डे द इंडेक्स कंटिन्यूड द ट्रेंड ऑन द पॉजिटिव साइड. तो अगर आपका व्यू बुलिश की तरफ है, तो आप फ्यूचर्स में पोजीशन बना सकते हो, या फिर कॉल ऑप्शन बाय कर सकते हो, या बुल कॉल स्प्रेड इंप्लीमेंट कर सकते हो, या फिर पुट ऑप्शन बेच सकते हो, या फिर एक कवर्ड कॉल स्ट्रैटेजी इंप्लीमेंट कर सकते हो. सो देर आर मल्टीपल वेज टू प्ले आउट अ पर्टिकुलर व्यू इन द मार्केट. इट्स नॉट दैट आपको सिर्फ एक पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक बाय किया तो उसका मतलब है दैट इज ओनली वे टू प्ले आउट अ पर्टिकुलर सिनेरियो. इन द करंट एनवायरनमेंट there are dynamic ways to play out a particular event, and we'll be discussing on some of the strategies that can be done in the next few slides. So that is one part of it. Likewise, अगर आपका व्यू मार्केट के ऊपर करंटली बेरिश है, आपको लग रहा है फेड का इवेंट होने के बाद मार्केट में प्रेशर आ सकता है थर्सडे ऑनवर्ड्स, देन देयर आर अ नंबर ऑफ वेज टू प्ले दिस आउट एज वेल. आप फ्यूचर्स में शॉर्ट पोजीशन बना सकते हैं, कॉल ऑप्शन सेल कर सकते हैं, या फिर एक पुट ऑप्शन बाय कर सकते हैं. दीज आर दी different ways to play out the bearish side of the market. Likewise, अगर आपका व्यू न्यूट्रल है, see neutral also requires you to form a view on the market. It's a very challenging thing. People will say neutral may be the simplest thing, but that also is an extremely challenging thing to form a neutral view on the market, to feel that कि Nifty from this particular levels will stay within the range of 200 to 250 points for the next 1 day or 2 trading sessions. That's also a very challenging thing to do. But if you get your view right, you end up making good money even with a neutral strategy, wherein you sell close to at the money call and put option, or you sell a slightly away at the money call and put option, and you benefit from the time decay. जो option जो रहते हैं, anyone who has been trading in options will know that there is a something known as a time value component associated with all the option premiums. So that is what basically a neutral option trader is trying to capture. He's trying to capture the interest which is associated with the option premium. As and when the days pass by, the time value component of the option decreases, and that is what the trader is basically trying to capture in this particular strategy. Likewise, the fourth type of view that you can hold on the market is the volatility type of views. See, now we are currently in the election season. अभी इलेक्शन का माहौल चालू है, and next month is when the results will be declared of the general elections. See, whenever we have such a big event, see, general elections happen once in every 5 years. So definitely it's a big event for our market. If we are able to get a stable government, it does not matter who comes to power. What the market wants is a complete mandate. It is that has generally been the trend. If you see historical data, that if a government comes with absolute majority, then that is what is appreciated by the market. Market does not want a fractured mandate wherein no there is policy paralysis and there is no major decisions which take place. So if the government which comes to power gets absolute majority, it will definitely be appreciated by the market. And these are the times, if you see, in 2010, 2014, 2019, whenever the government has come with absolute majority, there has been sharp moves in the market. So if the similar thing plays out, then these are the times when you can consider to play the volatility strategy. So volatility में you may not know the direction, आपको मालूम नहीं कि the markets may move on the upside or the downside, but you know from the current levels there could be easily 1,000 to 1,500 point movement in the market. So that's what we are trying to capture through the volatility based strategies. So this is just a gist on the different types of views that you can hold on the market, and based on the view, what are the different strategies that you can implement. So we'll be focusing on this segment itself going forward as well, and I'll be explaining all the examples. जो भी मैं examples लूंगा, I will be explaining it with practical examples taken based on price action, which was just about मैंने जब भी बनाया था ये slides, it was about 2 p.m. in the market. So post that there was a bit of sell off. So you may see some deviation in the price and the charts, but it is just for understanding purpose. Please do note that. So the first and the most common strategy which is coming into the market, if we see, is the spread strategies. Why this particular strategy is so important is, see, अगर आप intraday trading कर रहे, you can still take naked call and put options. If you are an intraday scalper, what most of the traders are generally now, you can still take a call and put option, naked call and put option, and still end up making money. बट इफ यू आर अ पोजिशनल ट्रेडर, अगर आप निफ्टी में पोजिशनल ट्रेडर हो, देन इट डेफिनेटली मेक्स सेंस टू ट्रेड इन द इंडेक्स ऑप्शंस थ्रू द मींस ऑफ अ स्प्रेड स्ट्रेटजी. स्प्रेड स्ट्रेटजी में आपको क्या करना है, आपको एट द मनी का एक कॉल ऑप्शन बाय करना है. Likewise, if you take the futures, currently futures was at 22,800 when I made this particular slide. So futures is closer towards 22,000 to 800. आपको क्या करना है, आपको you buy the 22,000 call option, 22,800 call option, और simultaneously आपको slightly out of the money call option बेचना है. It may look little complex, but it's a very simple thing. You buy the at the money call option and you sell a slightly out of the money call option. The underlying should be the same and the expiry also should be the same, क्योंकि if you buy one of current expiry and the next of another expiry, it will not make much sense, because uska price action, uska price movement will not match with the original position that you have taken. And why I am telling you it becomes extremely important for a positional trader is, see, अगर last में देखोगे, today going into the close of trade, there was almost 150 point correction in the market. Lot of traders will take a bearish position and go into the closing. So a lot of traders may directly buy a naked put option and go into the close today, expecting that the correction which came in the last hour will continue in Thursday's trading session as well. But please do note that कल के सेशन में फेड का एक मेजर इवेंट है. फेड का FOMC पॉलिसी मीटिंग है, wherein they will be deciding regarding the interest rates. If the Fed comes out with something which is favorable for the market, हमारा मार्केट तो बंद है कल because on account of Labor Day, that is May Day, and for any particular reason that the Fed comes out with a positive statement which is appreciated by the market, even though there has been a 150 point correction in the final half an hour, 1 hour of trade, the entire correction could be nullified and there could be a gap up opening in Thursday's trading session. So in order to take up these challenging times and to take trades in these challenging times, it is always best to do spread based strategies wherein you lock in your profit and loss right at the start itself. तो भले आपका व्यू एक तरफ का है, आपको लग रहा है मंदी भी है, but do not do it with naked call and put options, especially if you are a positional trader. So I'm still highlighting, if it is intraday, you are still in front of the screen, आपके पास टाइम है, आप कभी भी आपका पोजीशन काट सकते हो. But for a positional trader, this becomes a challenge, because you will never know on Thursday morning at 9:15 there is a 200-300 point gap up opening or a gap down opening. So that's the challenges that we are facing in the current scenario. And in these times it is where these spread strategies come into handy. So अगर आपका व्यू तेजी का है, आपको लग रहा है कि इधर से भी एक फर्दर रैली हो सकता है मार्केट में, देन द बेस्ट वे टू प्ले इट आउट इज थ्रू अ बुल कॉल स्प्रेड स्ट्रेटजी. तो आपको इस स्ट्रेटजी में बेसिकली क्या करना है, आपको 22,800 का कॉल ऑप्शन बाय करना है, एंड साइमल्टेनियसली इसके सामने आपको एक हायर स्ट्राइक का कॉल ऑप्शन बेचना है. सो इन दिस पर्टिकुलर एग्जांपल आई हैव purchased the 22,800 call option and I have sold the 23,000 call option. तो 22,800 का कॉल ऑप्शन का प्राइस जब भी मैंने ये स्लाइड बनाया था, इट वाज समवेयर क्लोजर टुवर्ड्स 55 रुपीज, एंड 23,000 का कॉल ऑप्शन जो है द प्राइस वाज क्लोजर टू 10 रुपीज. तो नेट नेट ये स्ट्रैटेजी इंप्लीमेंट करने के लिए आपको पैसा जो भरना पड़ेगा, दैट इज जस्ट अबाउट 1,000 रुपीज. सो 40 into the current lot size of Nifty. So 40 is the total premium. तो आपने 55 रुपीज तो भरा है टू पाई दी 55 रुपीज पे किया टू परचेज द 22,800 कॉल ऑप्शन, एंड आपको 10 रुपया मिल रहा है बाई सेलिंग दी 23,000 कॉल ऑप्शन. सो नेट नेट 45 रुपीज इज व्हाट यू आर बेसिकली पेइंग. सो 45 इंटू द करंट लॉट साइज. तो निफ्टी का लॉट साइज भी अभी रिसेंटली चेंज हुआ है. Previously, the lot size for Nifty was 50, and from the current week, we have seen that the lot size for Nifty has been reduced to just 25. So 25 into 45 is what is going to be the total premium that you are going to pay to take this particular strategy. तो आपके ये स्ट्रैटेजी में ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट किधर आता है, दैट इज द टोटल प्रीमियम. आपने कितना भरा है, 55 minus 10. The reason why you are getting 10 premium is because you have simultaneously sold the call option as well. So your break even point in this particular strategy is 22,845. ये आपका ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट है. निफ्टी इसके ऊपर जब एक्सपायरी में क्लोज होगा, that is the time you will end up making profit in this particular strategy. So however high the index goes above 22,845, will end up making money. And the maximum profit you can make is till the index moves till 23,000 levels. Index अगर 23,000 के ऊपर कितना भी चला जाए, our profits are locked at that point. We will not be making further profits in that particular strategy. So that's why it is known as a moderately bullish strategy. अगर आपका one तरफ bullish view है तो आप naked call option buy करो, but the risk is also high. But to counter this, the other thing is you do a spread strategy wherein your view is bullish but it is locked. मीन्स आपको प्रॉफिट भी लॉक्ड है और आपका लॉस भी लॉक्ड है ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटेजी में. सो ये एक पे ऑफ डायग्राम है ऑफ द सेम स्ट्रेटेजी. पे ऑफ डायग्राम इज नथिंग बट एक्सप्लेनिंग कि आपको कौन से पॉइंट्स पे इंडेक्स पे कितना प्रॉफिट होगा. सो इट्स अ विजुअल रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ द प्रॉफिट दैट यू विल एंड अप मेकिंग एट द वेरियस पॉइंट्स इन द मार्केट. तो आप ये चार्ट में देख सकते हो कि अगर इंडेक्स 23,000 तक जाएगा तो कितना प्रॉफिट होगा, 22,900 पे बंद देगा तो कितना प्रॉफिट होगा, 22,600 पे अगर बंद दिया तो कितना प्रॉफिट या लॉस होगा. दैट इज व्हाट इज बेसिकली कवर्ड इन अ पे ऑफ डायग्राम. पे ऑफ डायग्राम इज अ विजुअल रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ द प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस. P&L अकाउंट का जो एक विजुअल रिप्रेजेंटेशन है, दैट इज नोन एज द पे ऑफ डायग्राम. So I have covered one strategy. We'll be covering 4 strategies in today's session based on different views and different market conditions. So the first strategy that I have covered is a bull call spread strategy. Same type आप एक bear put strategy भी बना सकते हैं, wherein आप at the money का put option buy करते हो and simultaneously उसके सामने out of the money का put option बेचते हो. So if you have a bearish view on the market and you want to reduce the margin amount as well as the cost of your strategy, you can do a bear put strategy as well, जिसमें आपको at the money that is 22,800 का put option buy करना है and simultaneously उसके सामने आपको 22,600 का पुट ऑप्शन बेचना है. So in this manner you reduce the cost of the strategy and you lock in your profits and losses right at the start. तो आपको लग रहा है कि आज का जो करेक्शन आया लास्ट आवर में वो थर्सडे के सेशन में भी कंटिन्यू हो सकता है. Then in that particular scenario what you do is you purchase an at the money put option and you simultaneously hedge it also by selling an out of the money put option. So that is one part of the strategies. Now we have covered the spread strategies. Now let us move on to the next strategy, which is known as a neutral strategy. So neutral strategy, like I highlighted, is a strategy which again requires you to form a view that the index जो अभी निफ्टी चल रहा है 22,700 22,800 के लेवल्स पे, आपको इसमें भी व्यू बनाना है कि भले ही मार्केट में एक वॉलेटाइल सिनारियो दिख रहा है बट आगे जाके इधर से इंडेक्स एक कूल ऑफ पीरियड में जा सकता है एंड द इंडेक्स कैन कंसोलिडेट फॉर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. तो आपको ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रैटेजी में डिसाइड करना है कि कितने रेंज के अंदर इंडेक्स कंसोलिडेट हो सकता है एंड उसी के हिसाब से आपको स्ट्राइक प्राइसेस बाय और सेल करना है. तो ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रैटेजी में सपोज द इंडेक्स इज ट्रेडिंग, दैट इज फ्यूचर्स इज ट्रेडिंग एट 22,800. जो भी ऑप्शन जो रहते हैं उनका प्राइस मूवमेंट जो रहता है वो फ्यूचर के हिसाब से रहता है एंड सेटलमेंट जो होता है वो स्पॉट प्राइसेस पे होता है. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दिस बिकॉज ऑप्शन प्राइसेस मूव अलोंग विद फ्यूचर प्राइसेस. अगर फ्यूचर प्राइस 100 पॉइंट से बढ़ता है तो ऑप्शन प्राइस will move in proportion to the future price, not to the spot price. But the settlement जो होता है, जो हर थर्सडे का जो सेटलमेंट होता है, that happens based on the spot prices. So when you are trading, especially on the expiry day, आपको spot prices पे भी ध्यान रखना है, ना कि सिर्फ फ्यूचर के प्राइसेस पे, बिकॉज स्पॉट में भी especially at the start of the series, स्पॉट में भी 150-200 पॉइंट्स अवे फ्रॉम द फ्यूचर प्राइस. तो आप फ्यूचर के प्राइस देख के अगर आप ऑप्शन बाय करते हो एंड थर्सडे हो जाता है एंड यू थिंक दैट योर ऑप्शन इज गोइंग टू गिव यू मनी, यू विल बी कंप्लीटली रॉन्ग बिकॉज द स्पॉट प्राइस में भी 150-200 पॉइंट्स अवे फ्रॉम द करंट ऑप्शन दैट यू हैव परचेज्ड. So that is one point I just wanted to highlight, even though it is out of context, but I just want to highlight it that it is very important to track the spot prices when you are doing option trading as well. So in this particular neutral strategy आपको क्या करना है is you basically sell the at the money call and put option and उसको protect करने के लिए selling of options is a slightly risky thing because there is risk involved. मतलब if your view goes wrong, the losses can be quite high. So we would never recommend a direct strategy which involves just selling of options. We always recommend it with hedging the position to an extent. So in this particular strategy what you do is you sell the at the money call and put option and against it आप slightly out of the money का put option भी buy करते हो and you slightly buy an out of the money call option as well. So if I have to tell it in an example way, futures is trading at 22,800. What you do is you basically sell the 22,800 call option and you sell the 22,800 put option as well. And to hedge this particular strategy, what you do is you purchase the 23,000 call option and you simultaneously purchase the 22,600 put option as well. प्लीज ध्यान रखिए कि आपको सारे के सारे लेग साइमल्टेनियसली एग्जीक्यूट भी करने हैं. प्लीज डू नॉट लीव एनी वन लेग ओपन. आपको लग रहा है नहीं ये स्ट्रैटेजी तो इंप्लीमेंट करते हैं लेकिन व्यू थोड़ा मेरा बुलिश साइड के ऊपर है तो मैं कॉल ऑप्शन तो सेल नहीं करूंगा, सिर्फ आधे लेग्स को इंप्लीमेंट करूंगा. इफ यू डू दिस, इवन दो द व्यू में गो राइट दैट वन पर्टिकुलर टाइम, you will face lot of challenges and you will not follow a systematic approach in trading. So kindly follow a systematic approach. अगर आप ये particular strategy implement कर रहे हो, implement all the 4 legs of the strategy and whenever you are booking profits or losses as well, close out all the 4 legs of the strategy. Do not trade on an individual basis. So that is what this basic strategy is, wherein you have a view that the index will consolidate within a particular zone in the market. So ये पर्टिकुलर लेवल्स में आपको प्रीमियम आता है. ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रैटेजी में अब तक हमने जो देखा था स्प्रेड स्ट्रैटेजीज, उसमें हमको प्रीमियम भरना पड़ता है wherein there is an outflow of money, but in a neutral strategy there is an inflow of money. That is why it is known as a debit strategy and credit strategy. दो अलग अलग टाइप के स्ट्रैटेजीज रहते हैं. जिसमें आपको पैसा आता है इट इज नोन एज अ क्रेडिट स्ट्रेटेजी, जिसमें आपका पैसा जाता है इट इज नोन एज अ डेबिट स्ट्रेटेजी. This is also sometimes it may be challenging for new people, but it is a very simple thing. जिसमें आपको पैसा आता है, आपको क्रेडिट होता है, it is known as a credit strategy. जिसमें आपको पैसा भरना पड़ता है, ऑप्शन प्रीमियम के तौर पे आपको पैसा देना पड़ता है, it is known as a debit strategy. तो न्यूट्रल स्ट्रेटेजीज जो रहते हैं जिसमें ऑप्शन सेलिंग जिधर होता है एंड एट द मनी के ऑप्शंस आप सेल कर रहे हो विच आर हायर इन प्रीमियम, तो दोज आर ऑल क्रेडिट स्ट्रेटेजीज, क्योंकि आपको अल्टीमेटली ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटेजी में पैसा आ रहा है एंड जो पैसा भी आ रहा है दैट इज फिक्स. आपको मालूम है इससे ज्यादा तो आपको कोई भी सिनेरियो में इससे ज्यादा आप पैसा नहीं बना पाओगे. द प्रॉफिट्स आर लॉक राइट एट द स्टार्ट इटसेल्फ. स्टार्ट में आपको मालूम है मैक्सिमम आपका प्रॉफिट इतना है एंड मैक्सिमम लॉस कितना है ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटेजी में. सो दिस इज वंस अगेन द पे ऑफ डायग्राम ऑफ द न्यूट्रल ऑप्शन स्ट्रेटेजी. तो ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटेजी में आप देख सकते हो पैसा जब भी बनता है, जब भी इंडेक्स 22,800 के नजदीक जब भी बन देगा, that is the time you will be end up making the maximum profit. If the index closes absolutely at 22,800, that will be your maximum profit. And जितना दूर जाएगा 22,800 से, that means our view is going wrong. हमारा व्यू है कि markets will be very close to the level that we are selling options, और हमने सेल किया है 22,800 के कॉल एंड पुट ऑप्शंस. सो वी वांट द मार्केट टू एक्सपायर क्लोजर टुवर्ड्स 22,800. उससे अगर deviate हो जाता है markets, if there is wild swings in the market and the markets deviate from that level, then we'll end up making losses in this particular strategy. Now moving forward to the next type of strategy. दो टाइप के strategies हमने कवर कर लिए अभी तक. That is स्प्रेड स्ट्रेटजीज, जिसमें हम लोग व्यू बनाते हैं कि मार्केट तेजी की तरफ जाएगा या मंदी की तरफ जाएगा. दैट इज वन टाइप ऑफ स्ट्रेटजी. द अदर इज द न्यूट्रल टाइप स्ट्रेटजी, जिसमें हम लोग एंटिसिपेट करते हैं कि इंडेक्स एक पर्टिकुलर जोन के अंदर कंसोलिडेट होगा. सो दैट इज नोन एज न्यूट्रल बेस्ड स्ट्रेटजीज. एंड द लास्ट दैट टाइप ऑफ स्ट्रेटजीज दैट वी आर गोइंग टू कवर इज द वॉलेटिलिटी बेस्ड स्ट्रेटजीज. तो लाइक मैंने मेंशन किया था, वॉलेटिलिटी बेस्ड स्ट्रेटजीज में हमको एंटिसिपेट करना है कि मार्केट में काफी बड़ी मूवमेंट आ सकती है पर्टिकुलर लेवल्स में. सो इफ द मार्केट्स आर करेंटली एट 22,800, वी हैव टू एंटिसिपेट व्हेन वी आर डूइंग वॉलेटिलिटी बेस्ड स्ट्रेटजीज कि एक बड़ा मूवमेंट आ सकता है ये पर्टिकुलर लेवल से, एंड ओनली इन दोज सिनेरियोज वी टेक दीज वॉलेटिलिटी बेस्ड स्ट्रेटजीज. तो कभी भी एक मार्केट में एक बहुत बड़ा इवेंट जब भी रहता है, दैट इज द टाइम यू कैन कंसिडर टू इम्प्लीमेंट अ वॉलेटिलिटी बेस्ड स्ट्रेटजी. तो ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटजी में आपको क्या करना है, इट इज अ डेबिट स्ट्रेटजी जिसमें आपको पैसा भरना है, बिकॉज हम ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटजी में एट द मनी कॉल एंड पुट ऑप्शन दोनों बाय कर रहे हैं. तो मार्केट लगभग अभी 22,800 पे है. तो एक पर्टिकुलर ट्रेडर व्हाट ही डज इज ही एंड्स अप बाइंग 22,800 का कॉल ऑप्शन भी वो बाय कर लेता है और 22,800 का पुट ऑप्शन भी बाय कर लेता है. उसको मालूम नहीं कि कौन से डायरेक्शन में मूवमेंट आ सकता है, बट ही इज ऑफ द व्यू कि एक बड़ा मूवमेंट आ ही जाएगा मार्केट में. But please do note the challenge in this particular thing. It may look like a simple strategy, but I just want to highlight the difficulty in this particular strategy as well, because while explaining strategies, it is very important for us to explain the difficulties or challenges that a trader faces as well. See, it may look very simple. आपको सिर्फ कॉल एंड पुट दोनों बाय करना है, कोई भी डायरेक्शन में मार्केट जाएगा तो आपको पैसा बन जाएगा, but it is not that simple. The reason for this is the option premium for at the money options. जो at the money के options रहते हैं वो काफी महंगे रहते हैं, and आपको मूवमेंट इतना चाहिए मार्केट में which overcomes the combined premium of that particular strategy. तो मान लो 22,800 का कॉल ऑप्शन का प्राइस जब भी मैं देख रहा था, we have one day left, तो we just have one trading day to get our view right. Now let us see the challenge that is there. So 22,800 call option has a premium of 55 rupees and the 22,800 put option has a premium of 95 rupees. तो combined ये दोनों का प्रीमियम हो गया 150 rupees. तो हमको कब पैसा बनेगा, when there is a movement of more than 150 rupees on Thursday, that is the time we'll end up making profit. It may look हाँ बहुत easy है, 150 पॉइंट्स का तो आ ही जा सकता है, but there are other things as well. It is not just the 150 point movement, it is there could be a shrink in the option premium as well, and these are the challenges that are there. So अगर 150 points के ऊपर जब भी movement आएगा, that is just in one trading day, then we'll end up making money in this particular strategy. So whenever there is a big event, you should see the कॉस्ट ऑफ द प्रीमियम्स ऑल्सो. आपको मालूम रहना चाहिए कि हाँ इतना पॉइंट्स का ऊपर एक मूवमेंट आ सकता है, एंड दैट इज द टाइम वी इंप्लीमेंट दीज पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटजीज. So that is why you should be very selective in selecting the events wherein you feel that there could be a very big movement in the market. If there is a small event, if there is just an RBI type event, and if you buy expensive type option premiums, you may end up making losses, because even though there is 100-150 point movement, you may not be able to recover or go above your break even point. That is a very big challenge that traders face when they do long straddle and long strangle strategies. But it definitely comes in handy when there are major events in the market and the index overcomes the combined premium and moves by more than 400-500 points within a very short period of time. So this is the same strategy that I explained. आपको ये particular strategy में at the money का call option भी buy करना है and at the money का put option भी buy करना है, and when the market moves significantly in either direction, you will end up making money. So this is the payoff diagram for a long straddle strategy, जिसमें आपको दोनों कॉल ऑप्शन भी बाय करना है एंड कॉल ऑप्शन के साथ साथ पुट ऑप्शन भी बाय करना है. तो आप देख सकते हैं कि when there is a significant movement above the break even point at the time of expiry, you will end up making money in this particular strategy. So I hope everyone has understood the concept clearly. This involves ये particular strategy में आपको at the money के call and put option दोनों buy करने हैं, and you end up making money when there is very sharp movements in the market. तो आप just keep at the back of the mind that a long straddle strategy requires higher premium to execute, क्योंकि आप at the money के call and put options buy कर रहे हैं. The next strategy which I will explain is the long strangle strategy, जो slightly cheaper है to execute. I'll explain why it is cheaper, but I will explain the pros and cons of that particular strategy as well. But I just want you to understand that a long straddle strategy involves buying at the money call and put options, and that's why the break even points become a bit they become closer, but the higher premium is paid to execute this particular strategy. Now moving towards the next strategy, that is the long strangle strategy. तो लॉन्ग स्ट्रैंगल में स्ट्रैटेजी में क्या है, द मार्केट्स आर एट 22,800. आपका व्यू है कि एक बहुत बड़ा मूवमेंट आ सकता है मार्केट में, बट व्हाट यू डू इज इन ऑर्डर टू टैकल द चैलेंज ऑफ हाई प्रीमियम, यू बाय अ स्लाइटली आउट ऑफ द मनी कॉल एंड पुट ऑप्शन. आप एट द मनी के बाय नहीं करते, यू बाय अ स्लाइटली आउट ऑफ द मनी कॉल एंड पुट ऑप्शन इन अ लॉन्ग स्ट्रैंगल स्ट्रैटेजी. तो मार्केट चल रहा है 22,800 पे, तो इस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटेजी में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, यू बाई अ 22,600 पुट ऑप्शन एंड साथ ही साथ आप 23,000 का कॉल ऑप्शन बाई कर लेते हैं. तो 22,600 का पुट ऑप्शन का प्राइस जो है that is about 30 rupees when I made this particular slide. So 30, and to purchase the 23,000 call option, the premium was approximately 40 rupees. तो आप 10 rupees, तो combined जो आप premium जो भर रहे हो, that is 40 rupees that you are paying. So 40 into 25 is the maximum loss that you can incur in this particular strategy. But please do note that अगर आप दूर के out of the money options buy कर रहे हैं, तो आपका ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट भी स्लाइटली दूर हो जाता है. सो योर ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट इन दिस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटेजी इज on the upside, your break even point will be 23,040 on the upside, because आपने combined premium 40 rupees भरा है. Likewise, on the downside, your break even point will be 22,560, because 40 is the combined premium. तो नीचे के साइड में जब भी इंडेक्स 22,000 आपने तो सेल किया 22,000 बाय किया 22,600 पुट ऑप्शन, एंड लाइकवाइज यू हैव परचेज्ड 23,000 कॉल ऑप्शन. Break even point on the downside is 40 rupees minus the strike price that you have purchased. So 22,600 minus 40 is your break even point on the downside. On the upside, you have to add it to the call option strike that you have purchased. So you have purchased 23,000 call option, उसको आपको जोड़ना पड़ेगा. So 23,040 is the break even point on the upside. So I hope everyone is clear with this particular strategy. It is the same thing over here which I have highlighted. Markets are trading at 22,800. what we basically do is we purchase the 22,600 call option, 30 रुपीज का प्रीमियम है, आप वो पर्टिकुलर लेग बाय कर लेते हो, और साथ ही साथ ऊपर के साइड में आप 23,000 का कॉल ऑप्शन बाय कर लेते हो जिसका प्रीमियम है 10 रुपया, एंड कंबाइंड नेट नेट प्रीमियम है 40 रुपीज. तो मैक्सिमम योर लॉस इन दिस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटेजी इज 1,000 रुपीज, बिकॉज 40 इंटू 25 जो लॉट साइज है निफ्टी का करंटली रिवाइज हो चुका है, तो the loss in this particular strategy, maximum loss is 1,000 rupees. ये वापस उसका पे ऑफ डायग्राम है एक लॉन्ग स्ट्रैंगल स्ट्रेटेजी का. आप देख सकते हो द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज द ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट्स. कौन से लेवल्स के ऊपर जब भी मार्केट जाएगा तभी आपको प्रॉफिट होगा, और कौन से लेवल्स के नीचे जब भी जाएगा तभी आपको प्रॉफिट होगा. दी शार्पर द मूव, जितना बड़ा मूव हो जाए मार्केट में आफ्टर यू हैव परचेज द पर्टिकुलर legs of the strategy, that much more beneficial it is to you. तो अगर आप स्ट्रैटेजी बाय करने के बाद 1,000 या 2,000 पॉइंट का मूवमेंट आ जाता है मार्केट में, देन यू एंड अप मेकिंग सिग्निफिकेंट प्रॉफिट, क्योंकि ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रैटेजी में लिमिट ही नहीं है कि आप कितना पैसा बना सकते हो, बट इट नेवर हैपन्स जनरली ऑन एन इंट्राडे और ट्रेडिंग बेसिस, बट देयर आर रेयर इवेंट्स वेयर यू कैन मेक significant capital on the amount that you have invested. So I just wanted to highlight that this is a strategy which has limited loss and unlimited profit. So that is what you have to keep at the back of the mind. The sharper the type of movements that happen, the larger or the greater the degree of the profit that you will end up making money. Now moving on to very important concepts regarding derivative trading. प्लीज डू नोट दैट डेरिवेटिव एक प्रोडक्ट है जिसमें टाइम जो रहता है हमारे फेवर में नहीं रहता है. सी फॉर अ ट्रेडर इन द कैश मार्केट सेगमेंट, व्हाट द बेनिफिट इज इफ ही डज नॉट गेट हिज व्यू आल्सो राइट, ही विल स्टिल एंड अप मेकिंग मनी, बिकॉज उसका अगर पोजीशन है, उसने छोड़ दिया, स्क्रिप्ट अच्छा है, तो कभी ना कभी ऊपर आके वो पैसा बना ही लेगा. बट दैट इज नॉट द केस इन डेरिवेटिव्स. डेरिवेटिव्स में आपको एक लिमिटेड विंडो है जिसके अंदर आपको व्यू सही मिलना चाहिए, बिकॉज if the view does not go right within that particular time frame, you will end up making losses. So that is one of the biggest challenges in derivatives, wherein you have to get your view right, and view right also within a very short time frame. So that's why we always tell that whenever you are trading in derivatives, take into consideration the risk levels also associated with the various strategies. तो ये particular slide में मैंने highlight किया है for different strategies what is the risk, maximum risk and the maximum profit, and कौन से strategies में high risk है and कौन से strategies में relatively low risk है. तो ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रैटेजी में आप देख सकते हो कि अगर आप ऑप्शन सेलिंग कर रहे हो, नेकेड कॉल एंड पुट ऑप्शन सेल कर रहे हो, उसमें हाईएस्ट रिस्क इन्वॉल्व है, बिकॉज इफ द व्यू गोज रॉन्ग यू विल एंड अप मेकिंग सिग्निफिकेंट लॉसेस. लाइकवाइज लीस्ट अमाउंट ऑफ रिस्क जो हम लोग बोलते हैं एक पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रैटेजी में, दैट इज बाइंग ऑफ कॉल एंड पुट ऑप्शंस, या फिर एक जो रहते हैं हम लोग बोलते हैं स्प्रेड स्ट्रैटेजीज. ये सब स्ट्रैटेजीज में रिस्क इज वेरी लिमिटेड और कंसिडरेबली मच लो. So that is why अगर आप ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हो, kindly avoid doing naked selling of call and put options, especially from a positional perspective. आप अगर इंट्राडे फिर भी कर रहे हो सेलिंग ऑफ कॉल एंड पुट ऑप्शंस, यू कैन स्टिल मैनेज इट. आप स्क्रीन के सामने रहोगे, मार्केट इवन इफ इट मूव्स फ्रॉम अ ग्रेट डिग्री, यू आर स्टिल एबल टू टेक अ क्विक डिसीजन एंड क्लोज आउट योर पोजीशन. But if you have done naked call and put option selling, that is overnight selling of call and put option, and then there is a sharp gap up or a gap down opening on the next day, you will be caught on the wrong foot and there could be very significant losses to you. So kindly avoid doing such type of trading wherein there is a high degree of risk associated with the capital, because sabka capital is very important to them. And in derivative trading, it is not important that you always make money or you end up making profit, but protecting your capital is more important, because if your capital is safe, you will get unlimited opportunities to make money in the market. Don't be sad that ek din chala gaya, 2 din chale gaye. As long as your capital is protected, you will end up making money in the long run. So think of this as a long term type of a game, instead of just you take 1-2 trades wherein you put all your capital and just see how the markets behave. That is not the way to do trading. Trading requires high level of focus and concentration, and do it in a calculated manner wherein you are managing your risk. wherein you are taking certain number of trades where the risk is limited. So okay, take all these things into consideration while doing trading in the derivative segment. This is the last slide regarding derivatives. Like, once again, it is related to risk management. Whenever you're doing trading in derivatives, always maintain a stop loss. See, stop loss is the only thing which can protect your capital in derivative trading. So, like many times, what we have seen is we purchase an option for 80. We purchase an option for 100 rupees. We place a stop loss at 81, 82 rupees. That is the option premium. That is, and the target generally is 135, 140 on the upside. If your luck is bad, sometimes what we see is the option premium may just dip about 76, 78 levels, and then we may witness a sharp recovery in the market towards 130, 140, which was your target price. If you either the trader feels disappointed, अरे यार stop loss लग गया और फिर target आ गया. And many times, taking this into the example, traders many times do not keep a stop loss in the system, or do not keep trade in derivatives with stop loss. These type of things happen just about once or twice in 10 trades, but there are times when your view goes wrong and you have not placed a stop loss. The premium will come absolutely crashing down from 100, and it may come to 30, 40 levels, and from there to recover your capital is extremely challenging. See, the stop loss, like I'm telling, is one of the most important tools for a intraday trader. So always take it that just it's just that your view has gone wrong for that particular trade. It's not that you'll always go wrong, but if you do not maintain a stop loss, your capital will be lost to a great degree, and to recover from 30 to come back again to 100 is very, very challenging. So that is why when you're trading in derivatives, always please maintain or consider to maintain a stop loss. Likewise, the another point is leverage. तो leverage is a double edged sword. आपको leverage तो मिल सकता है, लेकिन अगर आप leverage को सही इस्तेमाल नहीं करोगे, and when the markets are extremely volatile, if you take large positions, see, if your view goes correct, definitely you will end up making significant returns on your capital. But take the scenario that your view does not go right and you have taken an extremely large position on a limited amount of capital, you will, your entire trading system will go for a toss. मतलब आपका पूरा capital wipe out हो जाएगा, and you will not have money to take the next trade. And that is what differentiates a normal trader from a good or an exceptional trader. The one who knows when to use leverage and when to make the best use of leverage is what separates an average trader from a great trader. लास्ट इज हेजिंग स्ट्रेटजीज, जैसे हमने डिस्कस किए हैं. अगर मार्केट्स वॉलेटाइल होते हैं एंड आपको अगर पोजीशंस लेने भी है, ओवरनाइट पोजीशंस, please do consider to do it in a hedged manner rather doing it in a just an unhedged manner. तो hedge strategies में आप क्या कर सकते हैं? बुल स्प्रेड strategies कर सकते हैं. न्यूट्रल strategies जैसे हमने डिस्कस किए थे, आयन बटरफ्लाई, आयन कॉन्डर, जिसमें आपके लेग्स प्रोटेक्टेड है. So these are strategies which you should definitely consider when you are doing option trading. So this is a slide regarding risk management. Please do consider and take it seriously, because derivatives requires you to be very careful in risk management when you're trading in this particular segment. So that's an end of today's session. I hope I was able to explain the concepts and the strategies in a very simple manner. We'll be having multiple sessions in the series of May also. May के महीने में भी हम लोग काफी सारे webinars रखने वाले हैं regarding technical and derivatives. I hope I was able to explain in a simple and understanding manner to all the participants. Now we will start with the question and answer session. So participants, if you have any questions regarding the topic itself, please, I will not be able to take any stock specific questions. Please refrain from asking me any stock specific questions. We'll stick to the concepts related to the topic itself. तो आपको टॉपिक के रिलेटेड कोई भी क्वेश्चंस है, then please feel free to ask, and we'll have the Q&A session now. Thank you. So there is a question regarding Pabir Das. So it's regarding spread strategies. I hope at the end of the session you are able to understand what is meant by a spread strategy. Spread strategy is nothing but अगर आपका व्यू तेजी का है तो आपको साइमल्टेनियसली दो लेग बनाने हैं जिसमें आप एट द मनी का कॉल ऑप्शन बाय करते हो एंड उसके सामने आप एक आउट ऑफ द मनी का कॉल ऑप्शन बेच देते हो. देयर आर टू मेजर बेनिफिट्स ऑफ डूइंग इट. वन इज यू आर लॉकिंग इन योर प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस राइट एट द स्टार्ट एंड आपका कॉस्ट भी कम हो जाता है. सी बाय सेलिंग द आउट ऑफ द मनी कॉल ऑप्शन यू आर रिड्यूसिंग द कॉस्ट ऑफ द ट्रांजैक्शन. So that is what you are basically doing through a spread strategy. See, there is a question why Bank Nifty May futures is trading at a discount. I'll have to check on this once. But generally, it's very tough to give a clear hand view that why a particular index for a particular duration of a time may be trading in discount compared to the spot prices. Generally, it is like when, especially after an extremely sharp rally type of thing, which we see, whenever there is such type of movement, the futures tend to trade at a premium compared to the spot levels. But generally, if you have seen the last half an hour type of movement, maybe the positions were created in such a manner that traders or the professional traders were expecting a sell off to come in the last hour of trade or had built positions accordingly, and that is the reason there was heavy positions which were built in futures compared to spot, which resulted in the Bank Nifty futures trading at a discount compared to the spot prices. But I'll just check on this, and if I get a view, then I'll definitely share it in the next time of webinars when we have it, on exactly the point or the reason whenever this happens. So there is a question regarding, is there any formula for time decay? See, there is no specific, means there is one Black-Scholes formula which tells the actual option pricing, but the rate at which the option price decays and all, it comes through your screen reading itself. At the start, there is the basic thing you can understand is the longer the time for the option to expiry. See, if now let us take a weekly option. Okay, we have 5 days for the option to expire. As the duration is higher, the rate of decay of an option premium is less because the trader has that many days to get his view right. With each passing day, the rate of decay of an option premium increases because you just have, so suppose there is 1 day left for expiry. That means you just have one trading session to get your view right. If you have 5 or 6 days to get your view right, definitely the time rate of decay be slightly less. The rate of decay is a curve wherein at the start of the expiry it is slow, and as the days to expiry reduce, the rate of decay also increases at an exponential rate. So that is what, if you basically understand, it will be of good use. But there is no specific thing which I'll be able to pinpoint and say. There are softwares wherein it tells you the theta value. अब हर एक strike price का एक theta रहता है, which tells you that for this particular day, if the index remains absolutely at the same level, तो मान लो कि आज index 22,800 के levels पे ही बंद देता, then there are softwares or clear option strategies which tell you that by this much amount the option premium will reduce. So if you take for the 22,800 strike, we have explained it in the previous webinar where we had discussed regarding option Greeks. So that particular, there you can see by how much points the option premium will reduce with each passing day. But I just want to highlight that at the start of the series, the option premium decay is less, and as the days for expiry increases or comes closer towards expiry, the rate of decay of an option generally tends to spike up. So there is a request from one of our participants regarding make a session on stop loss procedures. So take a session wherein we discuss how to maintain stop loss, what are the different methods. Definitely I will take your suggestion and take a complete session on stop loss. We'll combine 2 3 topics, but the major focus will be regarding how you can maintain stop losses in different products as well. So if you're trading in cash segment, and if you're trading from an intraday perspective, what should be the ideal stop loss, what should be the ideal risk reward. We'll be discussed regarding options as well. We can consider what should be the ideal stop loss and what should be the ideal target levels. So definitely I will take your suggestion and I could make a session on stop losses itself. What is the minimum amount of future trading required? See, this is a very difficult and subjective question. There is no specific thing which will tell that this is the minimum amount of capital which is required, because it depends on how much time you are giving to this particular field as well. So, if you are a dedicated trader who wants to remove a certain amount of capital, it depends on the expected returns also that a trader expects. So that is a very subjective thing, and I will not be able to point out that if you have 1 lakh or 2 lakhs, you will be able to sufficiently trade in the derivative segment, because a lot of things depend on the type of returns that you expect in the derivative segment. If you are trying to say that you want to replace your entire salary and that is the amount type of return that you expect, then definitely your capital should be higher. If you are a scalper type of trader who's just doing it from an intraday perspective to capture a few thousand rupees, that would require much limited or lesser amount of capital. So there is a question regarding, is high volatile markets beneficial to option buyers? Definitely yes, because a trader lives for volatility. See, volatility can be in either direction. If we get our view right and the markets become volatile, see, I cannot tell that I will buy a call option and every time the markets will be volatile in my favor itself. Volatility can be in either direction, it can be up or down. If I buy a call option and the premium goes, I mean, if there is markets are volatile, the price action will be much good for me. If the markets are dull and if it's just a sideways consolidation, even though I get my view right, you will not end up making much money in options. You want the markets to be volatile, but hopefully the volatility is in your direction. So definitely yes, if you are a call option buyer or if you are a put option buyer, volatility is definitely a friend for you, and it is definitely an enemy of an option seller, because of this, whenever the markets become exceptionally volatile, the option sellers tend to charge a higher premium. The reason for this is the risk is also very high for the option seller, because when the volatility, especially if you had seen during COVID time, in a day itself nifty used to move 500 to 1000 points. There was no telling the market could move upside or downside, but दिन में 1000 पॉइंट या 500 पॉइंट की मूवमेंट होती थी. So if you got your view right, you are making tremendous amount of capital. So that is the benefit that volatility brings about with it. So definitely there is a question. Today I bought Bank Nifty futures for hedging and margin benefit. I bought Bank Nifty 49,900 put today. Today's expiry. I recovered some losses but ended up in loss. See, the strategy is definitely correct, because I would not comment on the individual legs, and because I do not know at what entry price you have purchased your futures, at what price you paid for the option premium. But see, the at least by taking a hedge strategy, you reduced your losses to an extent. If there was a greater degree of correction in Bank Nifty, the 49,900 put option would have made also good recovery for you for your losses. So since it closed very closer towards that particular range, there was not major profit which happened to you in the 49,900 put option. But definitely as your experience increases, you will understand that if you had just taken a naked position, Bank Nifty, The correction which came was definitely unexpected. No one expected just a sudden fall in the market in the last hour of trade, wherein almost 500 points of Bank Nifty got wiped out. So definitely the strategy is good. You taking a position in futures while simultaneously taking a position, put option position as well. सो देर इज अ क्वेश्चन, रिस्क फ्री काम कैसे हो सकता है? डेरिवेटिव्स में रिस्क फ्री होना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है. देर आर स्ट्रेटजीज विच विल लिमिट योर लॉसेस, बट रिस्क के बिना आप अगर पैसा बना पाओगे, देन आई डू नॉट नो, मीन्स आई वुड नॉट बी कमेंट दैट देर इज anything which is very easy to make money in derivatives without taking much risk, because only with you will have to take a limited amount of risk as well. See, we are not advocating to take unlimited risk or take just a speculative type trade. We are saying that take trades, but always see to that कि आप एक stop loss maintain कर रहे हो, आप position sizing decide कर रहे हो, hedge strategies maintain कर रहे हो. These are the things which are in your control. There are a lot of things which are not in control of you, and you should not put too much focus on that, because you will never know लास्ट के हाफ एन आवर या एक आवर में मार्केट करेक्ट होगा, इतना पॉइंट से होगा. दैट इज बियॉन्ड एनीवंस एनालिसिस जी. कितना भी आप एनालाइज करोगे, इफ टुडे द एंटायर डे द मार्केट्स आर अप 500 पॉइंट्स एंड सडनली इन द लास्ट हाफ एन आवर ऑफ ट्रेड इफ देयर इज अ 500 पॉइंट करेक्शन, दैट्स बियॉन्ड कंट्रोल. So what you can do is you can maintain a stop loss, you can trail your positions. जितना हो सके आप पोजीशंस को राइड करो. जिधर आपको लग रहा है कि मार्केट आपके फेवर के बाहर है, कट आउट योर पोजीशंस एंड जस्ट वेट आउट. दोज आर द थिंग्स विच आर इन योर कंट्रोल. So there is sir, options में कौन सा indicator use करें? See, there is no indicator which will help you trade options. There are things in technical analysis and option price analysis which will help you to gauge the price movement. So you make use of an RSI example. एक RSI जो रहता है एक इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग में, वो बहुत काम आता है, especially to gauge the momentum of the market. So if an RSI indicator is above 60, it is trading, it indicates that there is good momentum in the market. Likewise, you can make use, if you're a scalper या short term trader, आप short term moving averages को use कर सकते हैं. So we at our end make use of a 34 period high low moving average. मतलब एक 34 period का high and low we make use it as a trailing indicator. So you can consider that as well. It's subjective. See, if you make use of it, you'll have to follow it as well. तो अलग अलग traders का अलग अलग indicators रहते हैं. It based on their confidence of trying it for long periods of time. And see, the markets are extremely dynamic. One particular indicator may work for a good period of time, but you have to keep on testing, because the markets keep on changing. For certain periods, the markets may go into a sideways consolidation. That time momentum indicators will not work. Likewise, moving averages also will not work. At those times, you'll have to adapt to the market. When the markets are extremely trending, definitely the RSI will work, the stochastics will work, your moving averages will work. So there is no one single indicator or tool which can be pointed out in derivatives or in technical analysis which can give you a confident answer that this is what will work in your favor all the time. That's an end of today's session. I'll not be able to take any further questions due to time constraint, but I'll definitely take note of all the questions which are posted in the chat section. Thank you so much for having attended today's session. Thank you so much once again. Thank you. Please do note that these sessions that we conduct are on a monthly basis. We'll be having multiple sessions in technicals and derivatives in the series of May as well. We'll be announcing the topics, all of it. And anyone who has any interest to attend the sessions, please feel free. All these sessions are free of cost for our clients, and we hope that you are able to gain knowledge on the markets. Definitely, there are a lot of participants who have given suggestions also regarding our products and our software. I will definitely pass it on to the concerned team, and hopefully we'll be able to implement most of the suggestions which are provided. Thank you so much.